want to start mapping with Source SDK, you first need to download Source SDK in the Tools section of your library on Steam. When you first open up Source SDK, this is what you'll see. You'll see Applications, Documents, Utilities, Links, and you'll also see something at the bottom called Engine Version and Current Game. There are 4 engine versions: Source Engine 2006, 2007, 2009, and Source Engine Multiplayer. Most of the games are in Source Engine 2009, as there's no games for 2007, and there's only one game for 2006. I recommend that you map with 2009, as it is the most updated Source Engine. The games in Source Engine Multiplayer are Team Fortress 2, Day of Defeat, Counter-Strike. Okay, what you want to do is click on Hammer Editor. It will open up something like this. To start making a new map, you want to go up to File and click New. You'll see something like this, and the icons on the side will pop up, and so will this. These are your views, but they're kind of messed up for me for some reason. This would be, these 3 at the bottom would usually be grids, and this would be your 3D view. What you always want to do is click on Camera, which is on your 3D view, and click 3D Shaded Texture Polygons. That will be the best view for your 3D view. So once you're on Hammer, there will be icons on the side. This is the selection tool. You could use it for measuring out and moving around brushes that you already created, or blocks. This is your magnifying tool. You could use it to magnify on grids and your 3D view. This is your entity tool right here. It allows you to place spawn points and stuff like that, and more advanced stuff. This is your block tool. It allows you to place brushes or blocks like this. There's just some texture I had for some reason. This is your toggle application tool. It allows you to change the textures of faces like this. Let's say you didn't want the advertise here texture or whatever. You just go to browse, and this is your texture browsing application. You can just search for textures, so I'm just gonna use no draw texture. You could click on a side, and you could change the texture of it like that. If you want to change all the textures, you gotta press Alt. You gotta press you gotta press Shift while you do it, so you could get the whole brush if you want to texture it a texture. There's more advanced stuff in the face edit sheet or the texture application toggle, but we'll get into that in another tutorial. This is apply current texture. It's the same thing as this. If you just want to do it with this, I don't use it as much. This is your decal application. It lets you apply decals to sides like this. No draw, no draw, no draw. It does it from the texture that you have in there. This is, I don't really know what it is because I don't use it. This is your carving tool or cutting tool. It allows you to cut slopes into a brush like this. You gotta click on it first, and then you gotta. Also, the part that's white when you cut the brush is the part that will stay. Let's say you wanted to cut it from here. This white part will be the part that stays. See? Oh yeah, and this is your vertex tool. It allows you to even more. It's like the cutting tool, except it's more advanced. Let's say you see all these dots. You can move each one of those individual dots. So let's say you could move this one down here. You can move this over here. You just gotta click on the selection tool, and then it'll be like this. But if you do it wrong and it looks weird in your 2D views, most likely when you compile your map it won't look right. So I don't use it as much. I only use it for small things like doors and advanced bridges and stuff like that. Okay, that's a basic tutorial on on the basic principles of Hammer, and I hope you come back and watch my other tutorials. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention about Hammer are these 2 buttons right here. they change the grid size and they allow you to do smaller or larger things. If you have it small, it allows you to do more detailed brushes, like you can make staircases and stuff like that. And you could have it larger if you want to make like really big brushes really fast. And it's very important because if you don't keep things on the grid, you could have leaks in your map. So it's better to have a small grid, which is what I use. I use the grid size 4, which is like this. And it makes things in my map nice and neat. I usually just, and also at the bottom when you change it, it says snap on grid. I keep it on 4.